The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the 4 core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. Welcome to the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Tonight's match is between the champion Christian College Tigers and the Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles. At this time, please stand for prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for many blessings you've given us. I thank you for getting the champion here safely. Keep both teams safe on the court and help us to play to your honor and your glory. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Tonight's sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Starting today for Champion Christian, number 2, Carmen Richardson. Number 3, Keely Barnett. Number 4, Daytona Streets. Number 10, Emma Threckold. Number 13, Brittany Delk. Number 16, Heaven Hurley. And number 24, Jakima Wright. The Tigers are led by Coach Courtney Irby. And now the starting lineup for your Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles. A sophomore from Heartland, Maine, number 2, Hope Brooks. A sophomore from Fort Walton Beach, Florida, number 4, Helen Payton. A senior from Houston, Texas, number 6, Grace Liu. A senior from Pensacola, Florida, number 13, Allie Whiting. A sophomore from Bucks County, Pennsylvania, number 14, Lissy Metzger. A freshman from Hampton, Georgia, number 15, Sydney Anderson. And a sophomore from Tulsa, Oklahoma, number 16, Megan Kinsey. The Lady Eagles are led by Coach Kaylin Oman with assistant coach Carissa Aiken.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pensacola, Florida for tonight's Friday doubleheader. The Lady Eagles will be taking on the champion Christian College Tigers, an NCCAA Division II opponent. We're thrilled to have you here in the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. I'm Garrett Ordway, and joining me on the commentary tonight is Carrie Ordway. Carrie, what are you looking for the Lady Eagles to start with this evening?
So the Eagles are coming off a loss from yesterday evening, but it was one of those losses that we talked about earlier this week or earlier last week, in that it was a loss, but it was a really good match that the Eagles played. And so coming into this match, you want to see them starting off strong, but also just putting together a few of those loose ends that have been costing them some of these match-winning points in the last matches that they've had. So just bringing some things together, playing consistent throughout all of the sets of the match.
And we will get this match started with the Lady Eagles taking the court. We've got, you heard our starters there, and Hope Brooks as the libero will be subbing in here momentarily. Officials getting lineups sorted for this 4 p.m. start time here on this Friday evening.
These afternoon games in the week often are a little bit challenging mentally, because these girls have been in class all day, just coming from class, coming to the gym, playing a game. It's kind of hard to switch your mental focus, especially when you're on your campus, in your gym, making that shift. So we'll see how the Lady Eagles deal with that challenge here at the beginning.
Threckold with the serve. Up high, Peyton for Whiting. On the outside, just misses it, asking for a touch, none given. Point for the Tigers. Serve into the net. Lady Eagles take that point. Boyd enters for Lou. And we'll see Metzger back to serve. That one into the net. One of those unforced errors we look for the Lady Eagles to clean up as they progress this season.
And serving will definitely be a theme of the night. Those are some of those points that the Eagles have been losing. So trying to find that balance between applying pressure with their serves, but also making sure that they're not losing points off the serve.
Whiting off the block, and it just finds the sideline there for Champion. They take a 3-1 lead.
And that was a strong swing by Whiting. And once again, this team in particular is so good at communicating. We see her immediately communicating with her teammates, figuring out what they can do to make sure to not lose that point on future plays.
Whiting with the diving save. Boyd rolls it over. A good spot down the line. Smart play there by Boyd. Excellent work by the Lady Eagles. It will bring Megan Kinsey into the front row. She'll play the center as Sydney Anderson heads back to serve. Boyd catches the end line.
Boyd doing a good job of swinging hard, getting that ball all the way to the backcourt. That's an area that's difficult to defend.
Sydney Anderson with the serve. Champion with the attack. And they retake the lead. Daytona Streets to serve. Deep. Played by Metzger. Brooks. Boyd with the free ball. There in the middle. Blocked by Kinsey. And it'll be a point for the Lady Eagles. Good timing there.
Yeah, great read by Kinsey. Especially since she hasn't had the opportunity to do too much in front row so far this set. Staying aware of what's going on following that ball.
Boyd, Kinsey, and Peyton in the front row. Whiting with the serve. Good one. And it'll lead to an easier ball for the Lady Eagles and an extended contact called there.
And what a great serve by Whiting there, doing exactly what I mentioned earlier, applying pressure because of her placement and the strength on that serve, forcing Champion out of system on their first offense.
Better chance for an attack, but just rolled over. Tight. Kinsey with the swing gets the kill.
Once again, Peyton showing some good awareness, going to Kinsey, going to those hot hands, giving her the opportunity to swing after she's had a couple of successful blocks.
You know, we saw in our matchups last Saturday how effective the middles were for the Lady Eagles. They really allow the offense to get rolling out of the middle.
And so much of their potential, of those middle hitters' potential to even execute an offense, just depends on the pass that setter is getting from back row. Really using those middle hitters requires a strong pass.
Net violation by Champion, and it'll be Whiting to serve again. And down on the Eagles side, point for Champion. 7-5, the Lady Eagles lead early. Right to serve. Peyton, Allie Whiting. Metzger gets it to Peyton. Here's Boyd. Off some hands. And another net violation called on Barnett. And it'll be a point for the Lady Eagles. And Lou back to serve. Overpass, Metzger hits it. Played though by Champion. That one deep and too deep. No contact signaled by the line judges. And it'll be a point for the Lady Eagles. Lou to serve. And she gets the ace. Lou, a very vocal leader, one of the captains for this Lady Eagles squad.
Really vocal leader, and that is certainly a huge contribution to their play, but also her consistency throughout a match. And that's something that we've seen her improve on throughout her 4 years playing.
And this one is touched by the Lady Eagles there on the block. And so it's a point for Champion. Richardson to serve. Lou up for Peyton. Tight for Metzger. Lou, Peyton, it'll be Whiting with the swing. A good attack. Champion now mounting their offense. Push deep. Lou gets it to Peyton. Here for Metzger.
Metzger's being intentional with those pushes over. It didn't work out the first time, but not giving up on that and continuing to have the confidence that if she continues to place those, it'll pay off. Was a smart move by her.
Hope Brooks to serve. Wide, swing, and finding a good cross-court angle.
That was a good swing and a good position. Those are those hits that you're relying on your block to take away those angles. Brooks doing a good job of defending that back row, but can't quite get to everything.
It'll be, I believe, Barnett to serve. Too long, and the Lady Eagles will send Peyton back to serve. Peyton leading the nation in total service aces with 32 already this season. And it's over. Champion will give the free ball. Lady Eagles will mount their attack. Back set. Whiting ends up with just a tip. Free ball comes over. Good placement. Handled, though, by the Lady Eagles. Metzger off some hands, and she scores.
Good swing by Metzger. A nice hard swing after a couple of swipes on previous plays, but also making good use of that block, using it to her advantage.
And it'll be Peyton again. Good pass in the middle. Wide for Champion. Kind of off-speed hit there. Good job by the Lady Eagles mounting an attack from Metzger. And, the tip just got over the block in front. And we'll see Anna Stevens entering for Allie Whiting. Brooks to Peyton in the middle for Anderson. Tipped over but handled. Middle rolls it there for Champion. Anderson swings this time. Ball still up. Champion will mount a swing out of the back row. Peyton this time for Metzger. Rolls off some hands. In the middle. Over the block of Anderson. Tight there. And it ends up being a point for Champion. Peyton ended up putting that ball into a joust position from the back row.
And that's one of those tricky situations. Coming from the back row as a setter, Peyton can certainly reach up and keep the ball back on her side, but as soon as it crosses the plane of the net into that jousting position, it's considered a back row attack.
Metzger with the strong swing from the right side, and she'll earn the point. 14-9, the Lady Eagles lead early. Boyd enters. We've got Boyd, Stevens, and Sydney Anderson in the front row. Boyd hits the overpass. Down judge signaling she contacted the net there.
It was a good play, good read.
And now the Lady Eagles will be in serve receive. Deep, too deep. And 15-10. Brooks will exit. Kinsey will enter. And it'll be Anderson to serve. Down the line. Anderson up for Peyton. Boyd on the outside. Tipped over. Peyton gets it. Anderson. Stevens. And Stevens gets the kill.
Getting to see Anderson do all sorts of things that she doesn't usually do as a middle hitter, but playing this one position in the back, this one rotation in the back row. A great defensive play, an assist by Anderson from the back row.
Filling up the stat sheet. There's her serve. Tipped over and down.
And that's one of those plays that, once again, when you're pulling Anderson into the back row, you have a middle hitter playing in the back row. A smart play by Champion. And those are one of those things that come with experience, learning to expect them.
Peyton up high for Boyd, goes over the block.
And that was such a smart swing by Boyd. That deep line has been open often throughout this first set so far. Boyd taking advantage of it. Not the hardest swing, but a well-placed swing, earning the Eagles the point on that play.
Stevens exits for Whiting to serve. Handled by Champion. Back row attack. Goes long. Ooh, great serve there by Whiting. Champion rolls it over. Brooks, Peyton. She gets it. Metzger ends up with a swing out of the back. And wide, point for the Lady Eagles. And this will lead to a timeout by Champion. 19-11, Lady Eagles lead. All right, Lady Eagles coming out of this timeout. We see Allie Whiting, lefty serving. Carrie, what problems does that pose for a defense, having a lefty?
You know, it's definitely a different look, but at this level, these defense players have seen serves from every position possible. But it is something to be aware of.
Scrambling. Kinsey with the hit. Tipped over. And not a clean enough contact. Doubles if the ball stays on the same side, not called, but if it comes over off of a poor contact, whistled there. Tries to find the corner, just misses. Lady Eagles lead 20-11. Carrie, what'd you like on that last scramble, really, by the Eagles to earn that point?
You know, definitely you saw some good defensive play from Metzger in the back row that kept that ball alive. I think we're still seeing the Eagles kind of get their head in this game a little bit, making that mental adjustment from all the other activities they've had today. But she showed good awareness of getting to that ball.
Boyd with good recognition. She had swung in that last kind of sequence and gone off the block. That time she tipped it over and ended up earning the point.
One of the strengths of several of our outside and then right side hitters is that while they're not as tall as some of your conventional outside and right side hitters may be, they are very smart with adjusting to different looks, And we've seen that from Boyd already several times this set, trying to find those smarter plays to make.
Brooks with a great dig there. Handled by Champion. Free ball over. Peyton back set for Kinsey. Big swing.
And I really like that the Eagles on that play, when they had a free ball, they really took advantage of having that free ball to run a different offense that they wouldn't have the opportunity to run if it were a more difficult ball over.
Lou just misses the line. Trying to apply that service pressure. But it'll be the Lady Eagles leading 23-12 on the scoreboard. Whiting.
Whiting there in position, reading the ball well. So often on defense, though, when those balls are shanked off to one side or the other, it's just something as small as your arm positioning, and we see her adjust it for that defense.
Just mistimed there by Metzger. As Champion earns a couple of points. Lady Eagles leading 23-14.
You know, these positions, it seems so uncritical in that they're leading by 9 points, but finishing out these sets strong, building that momentum going into the next set, that's going to be more important than the numbers on the scoreboard at this point.
The down official on our side signaling a touch, point for the Lady Eagles. Kinsey with some really aggressive swings out of the middle there. Good job during her time in the front. Hope Brooks ends it with an ace. 25-14, set one victory for the Lady Eagles. We'll take a 3-minute break and join you again afterward. All right, thanks for joining us this evening. We are getting ready for set 2 here in the Nest. Lady Eagles taking the first set, 25. We've got on our stat sheet here 15. 25-15 in that first set. Kira, what are we looking for in this second set as the Lady Eagles will serve first?
I'd be mainly looking to see the Lady Eagles settle into a good rhythm here in the second set. I mentioned that it is challenging coming into a mid-afternoon set at the end of a busy week on your own campus to just mentally make the shift from your normal classwork to then playing competitive volleyball. And they had that first set to warm up, to get out, to adjust. And so now looking to see them achieve the level of play that we've seen them achieve already this season. So, cleaning up those unforced errors, just tightening everything else up.
Sydney Anderson there with the block. She does lead the nation in blocks with 44 coming into this match. She'll add another one there, her 45th for the NCCA D2 lead. Threlkeld will be back to serve for Champion. Lou up high for Peyton. Back set Metzger from the right side. The overpass. Whiting gets it up high. Anderson goes just wide.
That was such a good thought by Anderson, and that's one of the things that I mentioned in the first set as being a positive as far as we're seeing the Eagles be more intentional and more purposeful with some of their plays. So you can appreciate the purpose behind that one.
Ooh, really wide, but Metzger makes a great cross-court hit. Tipped there. Metzger gets it up for Peyton. Anderson asking for a tip and none given. Champion takes the early lead.
And once again, another good thought, another good plan for that offense.
Tight. Peyton pulls it out of the net. Whiting ends up getting it over. Up high, off some hands. Still up for the Lady Eagles. Peyton will give the free ball. Deep corner. Champion gets in system. Tipped. Anderson, Whiting. And the Lady Eagles just a bit out of sync here at the start of the second set. Metzger and Whiting receive and then flip sides after the first offense. And they're just off but aided here. Get them out of that rotation. It'll be the Lady Eagles benefiting from that service error.
So far at the beginning of this set, we've seen the Eagles be very reactive to the different things that they've faced. So as they continue in this set, looking for them to be a little bit more proactive, taking the ball, controlling the pace, executing their own offense instead of just reacting.
Good right side attack there from Champion, though, and they take a 5-2 lead. Short, too short. And there's a point for the Lady Eagles. Anderson serves, Kinsey enters, Brooks exits. Dug up by Champion. Middle attack handled by Metzger. Outside for Boyd. She actually led all attackers in that first set with 6 kills. She earns another one there off the block.
Yeah, Boyd doing a really good job of adjusting to this block. Champion is putting up a good block. I think it might even be a little bit stronger than what the Eagles were anticipating. Boyd really doing a good job of adjusting to it.
There's Anderson continuing to fill up that stat sheet with an ace. Down the line, handled by Champion. Outside attack, over the block, and it'll be Whiting with the attack deep, handled by Champion. In the middle, off some hands, off some more hands, and a point for the Tigers.
The Tigers have certainly gained a lot of momentum here at the beginning of this second set. I'll be looking for the Eagles to turn that around to try to shift that here early on in the set.
Hannah King served there for Champion. Kinsey ends up getting it over. And
the official not actually calling a touch on that block.
Okay, so I think they're getting an explanation. And it's a point for the Lady Eagles. Settling back in, Allie Whiting with the serve. Up high, rolled over. Brooks, good pass to Peyton. All of her options. Boyd ends up swinging off the block, handled by Champion. Tipped sideways and not quite over.
Really strong offense from the Eagles, all set up by just a perfect pass from Brooks up to Peyton. Peyton once again making a good choice to go with Boyd, who has had the most success against this Champion block so far.
A swing there splits the Lady Eagles defense. And this second set is tied 7-7. First set was close early on before the Lady Eagles were able to pull away. We'll see if they can mount a run here. Boyd to Brooks. Rolled then over by Boyd. And kind of an unforced error there by Champion. That was just missed there, and it'll be the Lady Eagles Lou back to serve. Dug up, and a swing for Champion. Lou ends up with the ace, and we'll see a substitution for Champion here. Delp coming in for King.
Consistent serving can make such a difference in shifting the momentum of a game. And Lou, like I've mentioned, has done such a good job of that traditionally.
Back row attack. And long, no touch given. Point for the Lady Eagles. Good diving save there by Champion. And it'll be the Lady Eagles with the attack. In the middle, tipped over. Peyton gets it up. Brooks to Metzger. Big swing off some hands, handled by Champion. Tipped over, blocked by Kinsey. It'll be a joust. Oh, she won the joust, but contacted the net. Point for Champion.
That was a great out-of-system play earlier in that volley, though. Good defensive read by Peyton, and then Brooks with a good set.
Dug up. Peyton. It'll be Metzger a bit off the net. Finds the line. Good placement there by Metzger. We've maybe seen a little bit of this, and they're still working on it, but occasionally we'll see Peyton there in the middle with Kinsey, and they were just a bit off, out of sync there, but ends up with the kill for Metzger. Big swing, big block, though, by the Lady Eagles. Ends up in a free ball. Whiting to Peyton. Back set, Anderson. In the middle. And another net violation by the Lady Eagles. They just want to be so aggressive at that ball.
Yeah. You know, earlier in that play, we saw a double block. We saw Peyton and Anderson covering that side. And, you know, we expect Anderson to get her hands on the ball, but Peyton was right up there with her and played a key part in that particular block.
Whiting, Peyton, there for Anderson. And a good job, Peyton with really late shoulder change, kind of disguising where that pass is going to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, I mentioned that Champion is putting up a good block, so little things like that, just putting a little bit of uncertainty, delaying this block being able to set up, that's going to make a difference. Not only against Champion, but in better blocks as well.
13-9, the Lady Eagles lead. Tipped, Metzger was there. Peyton, back to Metzger. She swings, and it's an overpass. Anderson doesn't miss this one.
You know Anderson wanted that one, especially after a couple of those unforced errors earlier. And that seems to be a theme that we see with Anderson. If you're going to take it to the bank that if she has a couple of those unforced errors, she is going to come back with a vengeance, perhaps, looking to find those redemption points.
Peyton with the serve. A good one, close to an overpass, tipped. Whiting was there. Peyton, she played it from below the net.
I mean, that's an interesting play. So, Peyton is coming from the back row, and typically you would expect that back row setter can't make a play on the ball. But as long as she contacts the ball below the plane of the net, it's a fair play.
We'll join you after this timeout by the Tigers. All right, welcome back. An unintentional dump there by Peyton ends up as a point for the Lady Eagles. She'll head back to serve.
That was one of those situations where Champion was the one who called the timeout in that instance, but you saw Coach Oman being the coach who took full advantage of the entirety of that timeout.
All right, 16-9, the Lady Eagles stretching it out. It was tied, at least 7-7, but the Lady Eagles here on a 9-2 run as Peyton serves. Tight. And blocked by Anderson. Net contacted there by Streets, and it's a point for the Lady Eagles. Peyton, her consistent serve. And it'll be a swing. Off the block of Anderson. I think Lou was set up pretty well to receive that.
Yeah, sometimes that happens when, as a defense player, you're in position, but just a simple redirect can change that.
Brooks up high for Peyton. Back set. Metzger from the right side. Earns the point, 18-10. Boyd will enter for Lou. Metzger with the serve. Rolled over, off some hands, off Whiting. Metzger up. It'll be a free ball by Whiting. Champion unable to take good advantage of that free ball. Lady Eagles, Boyd with the swing, and she earns the kill. What a great cross-court swing.
Once again, just great placement for that swing. The Eagles have not taken advantage of that sharp cross-court option, so the Tigers have not really been defending that.
Boyd, a freshman, seems to be growing by leaps and bounds. Every match we see her, improvement.
Yeah, absolutely. And talking to her teammates even over the last few games, she's one that they mentioned, she's one that's improving. She's going to step in and fill some big shoes throughout the season.
19-11 as the Lady Eagles unable to handle that swing by Champion. Boyd. Brooks ends up giving it back to Boyd. Tipped over. Still in play. Whiting up high. Peyton There in the middle for Anderson, off the block and scores.
Peyton, you making good use of all of her hitting options there.
Boyd with another variety of her attacks there. Led to an easy next offense for the Lady Eagles. Tight, Kinsey, oh no. Maybe conscious of the last time she went up and contacted the net on an overpass. Backed off a little and ended up mishitting it. Be King to serve for the Tigers. Metzger up high for Peyton. Just missed the back line. Boyd for Peyton, in the middle for Kinsey, off the block, and not given the touch, and so it'll be a fourth contact.
You know, the Eagles are finding themselves in a very similar position to the first set. They have a decent lead at this point, but finishing out this set with strong play is going to be significant going into the next set.
Swing from the back row here. Brooks tight for Peyton, and she contacts the net. Lady Eagles benefiting there from the service error. 21-15. Got a substitution. And it'll be Whiting to serve. Champion setting the rotation up at the last second there. And a swing by Champion. It was right on the swing. Boyd with the attack. Back set. Metzger, Peyton. And off the antenna, point for the Lady Eagles.
Great pass by Metzger to set up that play. Good play call by Peyton. Giving Kinsey that opportunity to put the ball down like she had wanted to do earlier.
Metzger, Peyton, there for Kinsey. Still alive. Tight. Peyton will get it over to Boyd. With the hot hand, finds a Champion defender, and she'll earn the point. Whiting with the serve. Through the Lady Eagles block. Boyd with the swing. Off some hands, redirected. And it finds us at set point here in set two. Whiting deep and too deep. Trying to end it with an ace.
And Whiting has been pretty aggressive with her placements of her serves and has been successful many times, but that one just a little bit too long.
Brooks, Peyton in the middle for Kinsey, off some hands. Still alive. Rolled over the net. Oh, and just out of the reach of Peyton. Net benefiting Champion on that one. Lady Eagles will look to mount the first offense. Brooks high to Peyton. She goes wide for Boyd. Big swing, still up. And now Champion coach calls off her player running toward the bench. And it ends 25-17 here in this second set. Lady Eagles leading 2-0.
All right, Eagle fans, don't forget that today is Food Truck Friday. After our match concludes, don't forget to go grab a bite to eat at Waffle Boutique. Whether you're craving something savory or sweet, Waffle Boutique will have you covered. Don't miss out and be ready with a full stomach for our next match as part of our doubleheader today with Champion Christian. Let's go Eagles!
All right, we are getting set up for set 3 here in the nest. The Lady Eagles taking that second set 25-17 after taking the first 25-15. They'll look to close out the match here in 3 sets with a strong showing. Carrie, what did you like? What are we looking for here from set 2 into set 3?
I think the main theme that we'll be looking for throughout the set is to see the Eagles just elevate their level of play. Through the first 2 sets, they've demonstrated that they seem to be a significantly stronger volleyball team, but really ending this match demonstrating that, maintaining a high level of play. It's so easy to play at the level of your opponent, so I'm looking for them to just, once again, tighten up what they've been doing.
That was a good job by Megan Kinsey coming off the net there to get that tip. And it ended with an attack error by Champion. And Metzger mishits that serve as Champion ties it up. Serve there by Thruckold. Allie Whiting with the swing. Finds the line. That's her first kill of the evening. We were mentioning in between, looking to see her get involved.
She hasn't had too many opportunities to swing from the right side, but as a lefty, she's just made for that position, and we saw her even going farther down the line, and that was a good placement by her on that previous play.
Miss it there by Champion. Lady Eagles earn another point. Whiting, Boyd, and Anderson in the front row. Brooks, Metzger, and Peyton in the back. Swung there off the hands of Anderson, but a point for Champion. Streets to serve. Metzger, Tayton, Anderson. Champion was there. The block is there. Oh. Off the hands of Peyton, point for Champion. Metzger, tight for Peyton. Unable to get it successfully to Anderson. Brooks to Peyton. Wide for Boyd. She's been the leading attacker this match, and she gets another one. 12th kill of the match for Boyd. Whiting. Whiting, Peyton. Good job by the Lady Eagles scrambling there. Oh, but they called it going around the antenna.
Great hustle by Peyton, though, keeping that ball in play.
King to serve. Boyd, Peyton, back to Boyd. Big swing, down the line and scores. Her confidence seems to be increasing and increasing.
And it seemed redundant to say, but I could certainly say about that swing, like we've said about previous swings so far this match, that it was a great read, great swing. She placed it perfectly down the line, recognizing that there were no defenders there.
And there's an attack from Peyton.
And that's something that we'll look to see Peyton gain confidence doing as she continues to play throughout this season and future seasons as well. She has an incredibly high volleyball IQ, especially being a setter. She's so aware of everything that's going on. Being a setter, sometimes these setters have the best idea of what's going on the other side of the court. And she did a great job of taking advantage of that particular situation.
Oop. Lou will get it to Metzger. Ends up giving a free ball. Champion dumps just in front of Whiting. Point for Champion. Richardson to serve. Brooks with the overpass. It's an unusual error there from Brooks. And Champion takes the lead 7-6. Whiting up high for Peyton. Here's Metzger. Down the line, finds the corner.
That same corner that Boyd has had success with as well. And the Lady Eagles should just continue taking advantage of that opportunity over and over again. Eventually, Champion will adjust to cover that corner and open up a new hole, and that's where they can then adjust.
Peyton here for Metzger. Tipped. Ball is still up. Good hustle there by Champion. Sydney to Peyton in the middle for Kinsey. Miss hit, no touch. Point for Champion. Barnett to serve. Brooks, Liu, and Whiting will receive. Liu takes it. Peyton wide for Metzger. Looking for hands. None given. Wait. I'm sorry. The up official signaled a touch. And the point went to the Lady Eagles, tying this set 8-8. Peyton the serve. Metzger and Whiting switch sides. Whiting and Kinsey on the block attempt. Brooks is there for the second. Whiting gets the kill. (9-8) the Lady Eagles lead. And we're getting a substitution. Hurley. She wearing the libero jersey. Subs in there. Little delay between that point. Peyton hits it long. (9-9) back and forth, third set. Brooks to Peyton. There's Kinsey. Off Champion, point for the Lady Eagles. Boyd will enter for Liu. Seems like about this point in each of the first two sets that the Lady Eagles, it's kind of their second time through the rotation, like they needed once to settle in. Metzger gives it a go. Swing there, just wide, close to the line, but point for the Lady Eagles.
You can also see that it's the point when the Eagles start to get comfortable, when they're settling into their rotation, that they start having more success, that they reduce those unforced errors. But you also see them, they acknowledge it, they can recognize it. You can tell they start to loosen up a little bit, they're grinning, they're talking more with one another. So we'll be looking to see them kind of push up when they get to that point in each set.
They'll receive here. Kinsey to Peyton. Metzger out of the back row. Tip. Boyd. The off speed. Just a full arsenal from Boyd this evening.
She is certainly not giving the Tigers very many of the same looks. Finding a balance between taking advantage of holes that have presented themselves, but also mixing up her placement.
Rolled over. Brooks ends up with the assist attempt there. Good set. Handled, though, by Champion. Comes over. Anderson, Peyton, outside to Boyd. Just a bit wide for her, but we play on. Tight. Peyton there. Brooks. Back set for Boyd. Champion with their attack. Oh, and that one just in front of a diving Metzger. Lady Eagles just out of system a couple times. Streets to serve. Brooks to Peyton. Boyd off the block. Brooks was there. Peyton back set for Whiting. Tip down the line. And 13, Allie Whiting called for the net violation. 12-12. Tied here in this third set, and Champion takes the lead as that serve dips in front of the back line. Short. Boyd up to Peyton. There's Anderson. Tipped, and it's a point for the Lady Eagles. The Lady Eagles looking to go on that run that they found in previous sets. They did it several times with Whiting serving. Swung, Metzger, Peyton. There's Anderson. Tip, finds a hole.
That was such smart placement. That was exactly what I think Anderson's been looking for a few times throughout the match.
Whiting will serve. Tight. Low. Off the block of Anderson. And point for the Tigers. Eagles with the serve, receive. Metzger, Boyd ends up with the swing. Good one, gets Champion a bit out of system. Out of the back row, Whiting to Peyton. Wide for Boyd. Off some hands and finds the court.
You mentioned earlier that the Eagles seem just a little bit out of system, and often, you know, they're doing a good job of getting balls up to their setter, but they haven't quite been the cleanest passes. But that defense by Whiting was a good, sharp, clean pass that then gave Peyton the opportunity to set up her hitters with a nice, clean assist.
Lou with the serve. In the middle. Anderson goes on two. Handled by Champion. Out of the back row, not there. And the Lady Eagles take a 16-14 lead. Lou to serve. 2 aces on the night already. Attack here from Champion. Brooks read it well. Peyton for Anderson off some hands. And she scores.
This is just exactly the role that you want your senior captain on the team to play. Coming in on the back row, immediately taking the pace of the game into her own hands by putting that ball into play, being consistent with her serving.
Good swing by Anderson. Gets the Tigers out of system. Free ball comes over. Lou to Peyton. Wide for Metzger. Tipped off the block. Point for the Lady Eagles. The threat of Anderson there in the middle, Metzger was only facing a single block.
Yep.
You'd mentioned the strength of Champion's block. Having only a single block to contest with makes life a little easier. Rolled over. Lou up to Peyton. Wide for Metzger. And she finds a home. The court now opening up for the Lady Eagles. 19-14 forces the Tigers into a timeout. right, the Lady Eagles coming out of this timeout with a 19-14 lead. Good serve there from Lou. In the middle, Whiting with the dig. Peyton wide for Metzger. Big swing, and she scores.
That was a great play coming out of the timeout. Doing a good job of not being iced at all through that timeout. Great defensive play by Whiting.
Unable to be dug up there by Champion. 21-14. And we'll see Michaela Kinney entering for Metzger. Junior from Michigan. See some action here on the front row. Tipped over. Whiting's there. Peyton getting Kinney right into the action, and she scores.
A great swing from Kinney coming in. Hey, that's difficult to do when you haven't played for the previous 2 sets, to jump in and immediately be able to make a play like that.
Great kill. And it'll send Lou back to serve.
Also takes some guts to come out and swing that hard on your first swing.
Oh, through the block. Just in front of Lou. And Champion earns the point. 22-15 though, Lady Eagles lead. You know, you might see a hitter come in and tip one or two just to try to get in the swing of things, but Kinney was ready for the swing. She's ready here on the second, and it'll be Lou giving the free ball. In the middle, Brooks tight, and Champion misses, killing that overpass. And it'll be Anderson back to serve. Lady Eagles closing in, getting in proper rotation here. Oh, good serve. And Eagles will have the offense. Kinney with the swing. Dumped over. Whiting up high. Wide for Kinney. Off some hands, and she scores.
And over the last year and a half, we've seen Kinney play a really prominent role whenever she can come in and get these good looks in, these good swings in. And we're seeing exactly how influential of a player she can be with these swings.
Match point here. Off some hands. Peyton. Kinney. And she'll end it. 25-15, the Lady Eagles. It was tight through that third set, but they pull away to clinch a 3-set victory. 25-15, 25-17, 25-15 for this victory over Champion Christian. Carrie, what were some things you liked? Lady Eagles, a lot of good stuff today. What did you like about their performance?
Well, if I can just focus on those last several plays, obviously it's easy to talk about Kinney coming in and making those big swings and getting those points here at the end of the match. But let's not forget that each one of those swings, Whiting was doing an incredible job of covering back row, of playing defense, to be able to give Peyton the opportunity to set up those. So I think that's really notable there at the end of the match.
Dr. Adam Ans and Dr. Travis Roth.
We are
going
to play a second match this evening against Champion Christian College. It is scheduled to begin at 6:30. Looked like Coach Oman and Coach Irby were in the center there talking about maybe some of the logistics here between matches. I'm not sure if they're interested in getting this second match started earlier. If they do, we might join you early, but we are planning for, again, a second match here. The Lady Eagles taking on the Tigers again here in the Nest, and we'll join you for a live stream near the beginning of that match.